Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Talk Spicy. I'm Coach Gene Clemens. Thank you for joining me wherever you are joining me. Rate the show, comment, agree, disagree, but whatever you do, keep it spicy. 5-star ratings are appreciated. And if you're joining me on the YouTube channel, make sure you like, make sure you subscribe. Really do appreciate all the support. And I know I need a haircut. Like somebody else tells me I need a haircut, I'm gonna lose my brain. Yes, a haircut is needed. So we'll make sure that we'll make sure that that is taken care of here shortly. I'm really looking forward to this evening. This evening, I will be attending the Coastal Empire High School Sports Awards. I'm looking forward to celebrating these young men and women and what they've done this year, and watching them get their flowers. They said Andrew Jones was going to be there, and I was like, I don't really particularly care if Andrew Jones is there. I'm here for the kids. I think that's the thing is when you create as a content creator, when you create content, it's always an issue of perspective, right? You want things to be perceived in a particular light. And for me, I always want people to perceive what I'm doing with truth. Like, I don't want them to ever think that I'm hustling them or I'm gaming them. When I talk to you guys, I don't want you to think that I'm out here just trying to get clicks or say things that I don't really mean just because it's sensational. I talk about race a lot because I'm a black man in America. I talk about about things of inequality because I represent a subgenre of people. Subgenre, it's probably not the word I'm looking for, but I represent a people who have been discriminated against. I talk about sports because I am involved heavily with sports and I love it. A lot of football, a lot of basketball. These are things that I enjoy. And to me, perception always matters. Like, I want you to know that I'm genuine. I don't have the most followers. I don't have the most subscribers. I hope to have more followers. I hope to have more subscribers. The thing that I really care about is when you follow me, when you subscribe to my channel, it's because I have things on there that you want to hear about. That you've done that because you want to be engaged or you want to engage with. By the way, as I say that, make sure you guys are commenting. I love to hear your comments. I like to go back and forth. I'm always down for a good debate. If I don't answer a question, it's usually because I didn't see it. But that's a part of what I do. And so last year, when I saw that The Bachelor was going to have a black man as the Bachelor, I was excited. Now, I'm going to give you my history with The Bachelor. I've only ever watched The Bachelor. I only ever started watching The Bachelor out of a need to connect with women, obviously. So a young lady that I was courting at the time was into The Bachelor. That was my way to spend more time with said young lady and have something common. And so I invested that time. And early on, and so when that fizzled or whatever it was, I didn't really watch as much, but I kept tabs on this one thing. I said, I'm always going to look to see how far the black guy gets on The Bachelorette. Because I thought it was really interesting that you have this dynamic of a show that is mostly consumed by white America, where there's normally a white bachelor and bachelorette, and that you would then give them a pool of men that look like their demographic, except for maybe one or two black men or black women. And so I would look to see how far the black men would get, and they usually didn't get very far, and then you would see one of them get a little bit further, and then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, the Bachelor decided that they were going to have a black man be the Bachelor. Oh, here's our time now, right? Because a lot of the stuff that you see attached to black ends up being like negative in the way in which it's portrayed. Like, I thought Love and Hip Hop was a great idea when I first saw it come about, but what it deteriorated into was just a whole lot of drama. It was a soap. And if you don't know by now, reality television isn't actually reality. It's scripted reality. It's edited reality. It's, let's have a narrative. Let's give the perception of this based off of the amount of minutes that we decide to show the consumer. So you got to think about it, right? As the Bachelor, you're spending hours upon hours a day with these ladies, only for it all to be whittled down into 1 hour. And not even 1 hour when you add in commercials, 40 something minutes, right? Well, you're not going to see a lot of stuff. There's a lot of stuff missing. And so, of course, I was disappointed when the Bachelor with the first black man on it ended up deteriorating into just all types of drama and scandal and hoopla and all these other things. And the black Bachelor, Matt James, came off looking really, really bad, in my opinion. Maybe some people don't agree, but he came off looking really bad. He came off looking as if he had no substance, as if he didn't actually, like, he was there for the wrong reasons. Fast forward to today, or recent, and Matt James, who was writing a memoir or a book, started coming out and talking about things and how he felt disappointed that he wasn't represented correctly, that the things that made him who he was today, the things that brought him to this point, were not highlighted. You got introduced to Matt, and then all of a sudden, right into the drama, right into the scandal. Chippy, 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 girls talking, like scandalous stuff going on. Like, this is where we were. He says, hey, man, I was talking with these ladies about the things that were going on with me, about, like what it's like to be, in my skin, who I am, what I believe in. He was talking to these young ladies about race and other serious issues, and none of it made it on the screen. None of it made it on the screen. And why would it make it on the screen? That's not what they want to show. They don't want to show a black man on the screen in The Bachelor that is being consumed by predominantly white people. They don't want to show him talking about his blackness and all of those things that made him who he is, and having these real serious conversations with these ladies. They just want to show the drama. Why? Because they think that's what we're here for. That's what we bring to the table. We bring the drama. And so that's what they want us for. That's why we're here. The entertainment value. And there's no entertainment in serious issues. There's no entertainment. There's no room on The Bachelorette for all of these serious. That's not the drama that they tune in for. And so the black man that goes on The Bachelor ends up having a bad experience on The Bachelor. It ends up hurting more than it helps. Surprise, surprise. It helps so many. But for him, it hurt. It's got to be rough. Then I sit back and I think about it. Well, in all walks of life, when you have not included black people, other than a spattering or a dazzle here or a drip there, when you have not added them, once you do, you normally add them so that it benefits you. You don't add them so it benefits them or it benefits the community at large. You add them so it benefits you. So they got exactly what they wanted from Matt James and his season. Now they can go back to doing what they do every half year. Bachelor, Bachelorette, Bachelor, Bachelorette. Oh, why don't we have a black bachelor? Oh, we did that. It was a disaster. You see what I'm saying? Well, why won't you have a black bachelor? Oh, we did that. It was rough. Really? Let me see the unedited footage. Why don't you release the unedited footage? If it was really that bad, if it was really a disaster, show us the other stuff. Show us the stuff that didn't make a really good show. They've made movies about people manipulating reality television. They've made movies about it. And now in sports, we get the dynamic of, hey, they're here to entertain. We don't really care about your social issues. We don't care about your families if it's not entertaining. Why do we let Draymond Green scream at the top of his lungs and do all the histrionics when he gets fouls called on him? Because it's entertaining. Oh, look at him. Look at them all fired up. But the moment Draymond Green starts talking that real-ish, people want him to be quiet. Everybody is cool with LeBron James flying through the air for the last 20 years and being the best player on the planet. But the moment he talks social issues, you know what? I just don't really want to hear from him. Everybody wants these people in the NFL to punish with him, to punish all of the things that happens in these players' personal lives. But as soon as you start talking about police reform, they go, oh, be quiet. Wait a minute. The same police that you defend, the same justice system that you defend is the same justice system. It's the same justice system that allows for somebody to bring in blah XYZ masseuse and be accused and not just go to court to fight it out or to have their day in court. But you want the player removed, but you don't want anything done to the justice system? Deshaun Watson can't try himself. So you will say, hey, we need the NFL to be better than the justice system. But you won't attack the justice system. Because it's not really about that. It's about entertainment. It's about It's about how we get to see these people in this light. It's about perception. And it is why I say what I want to say. And if I think that I might say something that might get me in trouble, if it's worth saying, I say it. If it's not worth saying, then I don't talk about it. Y'all don't ever want to hear a real legitimate conversation about Deshaun Watson. You don't want a real legitimate debate, conversation, understanding about Watson. Why? Because you just want to watch football. Whether he's here or not doesn't matter. Because football is still going to get going. So it's convenient to talk about right now until football starts. Perception. And I'm always wary of it. And you should always be wary of it. Because Matt James thought he was getting a really great opportunity. Instead, it turned him into a pariah. Ladies and gentlemen, that's Talk Spicy. I'm Coach Gene Clemens. We do this thing a few times a week. Rate the show, comment, agree, disagree, but whatever you do, keep it spicy. 5-star ratings if you appreciate it. Until next time, oh man, I can't even talk today. You know what? Y'all have a great weekend. It must be a Friday. Peace.